and Alan are excused.
Okay, please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Action on the minutes from the Plan Commission regular meeting of July 5th, 2022.
Move to approve. I will second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 6, comments from the public must be limited to items not on the agenda. Must state your name and address, limited to 5 minutes. The board's role is to listen and not discuss the item. Personnel items cannot be discussed nor individuals named. Board is not able to take action at this meeting. Is there any public that would like to comment? I'm looking at the virtual, and I don't think I have anybody up there for anything other than what's on the agenda. So we're going to move on. The action items, 7A, action regarding a requested 2-lot certified survey map for parcel VA-99-4, 2302 and 2308 South Oneida Street. Aaron.
All right, let me share my screen here. So this is to split off the parcel as indicated up on the screen where Mission Barbecue is located, corner of Cormier Road and South Oneida Street, and the second to be determined tenant building just to the south. Proposed certified survey map does meet all dimensional requirements of the B3 zoning district. Pretty straightforward project, straightforward certified survey map. In terms of recommended conditions of certified survey map approval, we are requesting depiction of cross-access, ingress, egress, and shared parking easements to be depicted on the CSM or recorded with the Brown County Register of Deeds via separate instrument. So again, you have shared parking areas. Want to make sure that there's shared access across those properties. Adding County Highway AAA to South Oneida Street. Removal of Ashwaubenon Village Board from the approval certificate as the Ashwaubenon Planning Commission has approval authority for CSMs. And then approval by the Brown County Planning Commission. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, Randy Roth with Endeavor Corp is also available representing the applicant.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Randy.
Good evening. Does anybody have any questions? My only question was to make sure that it meets all of the requirements for lot size.
It does.
Aaron, is there, why does a person want to do this?
What typically happens, and Randy, correct me if I'm wrong, but typically what happens is the bank wants to see separate parcels for separate buildings because of mortgage purposes.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay, don't have a problem. No other questions. I move to approve the certification survey map as proposed. We'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the certified survey map for parcel VA-99-4, 2302 and 2308 South Oneida. Any other discussion?
With conditions?
With the conditions, right?
Yeah, conditions.
Yeah, with the conditions. Everybody understand it? Any more comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Randy.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
Action regarding a requested 2-lot certified survey map for parcel VA-1405 Marina Circle. Aaron.
All right, for those of you who are at site plan review committee last night, we did approve the garage for that parking lot. I did indicate last night that a certified survey map would be coming to Plan Commission to split off the parcel for that parking lot and garage for the Marina Circle office building from the remainder of the parcel. As indicated on the map, you see parcel 1 is basically the remainder property. Parcel 2 is where the garage and parking lot will be located for purposes of serving the Marina Circle office building. They do meet, again, the minimum dimensional standards for the B3 Community Business Zoning District for frontage, lot size, etc. Recommended conditions of CSM approval include revising the Ashwaubenon approval certification and signature blocks to the Ashwaubenon Planning Commission, as the Ashwaubenon Planning Commission has approval authority for CSMs. Removal of the Village of Ashwaubenon Treasurer Certificate, and approval by the Brown County Planning Commission. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Don't think the applicant is online because he was tied up in other business tonight. But I'd be happy to answer any questions you do have.
And this meets all of the requirements for the square footage.
It does.
Okay.
Similar reason.
Yes, in this case, right. Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, we'll make a motion to approve the CSM for Parcel VA 1405 with staff conditions.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the certified survey map for Parcel VA 1405 with staff conditions. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. 7C, action regarding requested site plan review for the Coachway Condos, 2011 Home Greenway, Parcel VA-54-1. Karen.
Right. Again, for those of you who were at Site Plan Review Committee last evening, this is the continuation of the approval of the site plan review for the Coachway Condos at 2011 Holmgren Way, which is the northeast corner of Mike McCarthy Way and Holmgren Way. Proposal is for a 81-unit, 12-story mixed-use condo with a mixture of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units ranging from 650 square feet to 1,995 square feet. The property is zoned SE, Sports Entertainment. This is a permitted use by virtue of having the mixed unit or mixed use commercial on the first level and residential above. The property is currently vacant and used for surface parking. Exterior materials of the building will be a mixture of glass wall systems, concealed fastener wall panels, and extruded porcelain open jointed rain screen cladding with lattice accents. I did have some good discussion at Site Plan Review Committee last night about the different types of exterior materials. The architect from Engberg Anderson, Tim Walaz, and Marina did bring in samples of the materials, which was appreciated by the committee. To kind of give an example of how exactly that works. Balconies will have a glass system guardrail. We 3 levels of indoor parking, total 164 stalls for, again, 81 units. So it was far above what we typically see for our minimum parking. Number of additional amenities for the condominium include a fitness room, common room, theater room, tenant storage, dog spa, conference room, and there are also amenities for bicyclists, including visitor bicycle racks and indoor storage. There's also a pool patio area on the 3rd floor to the front of the building, fronting Holmgren Way, and to the east is a kind of open patio walking area as well. In terms of recommended conditions of approval, we did identify an address for the property of 2011 Holmgren Way. The catch-all meet all applicable requirements of the Ashwaubenon site plan review and all their applicable village ordinances. From engineering, verify that new sanitary water and storm laterals are being requested and existing laterals are not being utilized. Because when Mike McCarthy Way was reconstructed, we did add laterals at that time. Based upon what was proposed at that time, that didn't happen. So to make sure that if those can be used, that they should. If they can't be used for whatever reason, that they're aware of that. Coordinate with village engineering regarding any road or lane closures requested during construction. Again, I had a good discussion about that. I want to make sure that they're sensitive to a construction schedule, understanding what Packer games are going on, Lambeau events, that closing off Holmgren Way, Mike McCarthy Way really isn't possible. For stormwater purposes, verify location of stormwater runoff to Mike McCarthy Way. This is tributary to the Ashland Avenue Pond. So there's quite a bit of cost savings there by the developer to be able to utilize that regional pond instead of trying to maintain and treat stormwater on site. Public safety had no comment. From forestry, There was a conceptual landscape plan submitted, did request a final landscape plan prior to the building permit being issued, which is fairly common. Bike and Ped had no comments. Site plan review committee did recommend approval with staff conditions at last evening's meeting. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, Tim Walaz and Marina of Ingberg Anderson are online. And Philip Larson, representing the ownership group, is here in person. Actually, I should mention Mihai Schnell Harrison, broker, is also available online if you have questions for him.
I know I asked a question last night, but one question I didn't ask. Do you, and I don't know if this would be for Philip or if it would be for Tim and Marina, how many 650 square foot units do you have? You know, how many of the bigger units do you have, just for a ratio?
And I'll defer to Tim and Mariana on that, or Philip.
Just an approximate.
Okay. Tim or Mariana, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure, I can answer that. So we have around 43% of one bedroom units, and they go between 7,600 to 895 square feet. And then we have 2 studio units in total, that there's the small ones. And 31 units of the 81 are 2 bedrooms, and 13 units are 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
The total units is 81 units.
Okay. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
I should mention, just to add on, something I forgot to mention, is that they do have approval from the FAA for airport clearance, and from the village board for the conditional use permit up to 140 feet.
Public safety had no concern about the 12 stories?
No. What happens is there are certain building techniques that have to be employed to ensure proper public safety access, including standpipe, structural protection, so on and so forth. I'm sure Tim can give you a dissertation on that if you'd like.
So, no, I think I'm good on that. I just wanted to make sure that public safety, because 12 stories, that's, that's quite extensive for Ashwaubenon, obviously. I want to make sure that they're aware of it, and because I realize that brings up a whole different set of techniques and everything that has to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some training opportunities.
Correct. That's what I would be thinking. Yeah.
As Aaron said, it was brought up to the site plan yesterday. We really beat it up pretty bad. Not that it was bad, it was just the idea of some new porcelain type exterior panels that we weren't familiar with. They did a good job on explaining how it works, what the warranties are. I thought the designer did a very good job in explaining the whole project to us. The project itself, I thought, was very nice. It would really fit nice within that sports and entertainment district, especially on that corner, to really elaborate the progress we're making within that area. So I don't see any problem with the problem. To your question there, Jay, it just so happened I walked by the maintenance, they call it the control room at a large retail office, retail business. It was amazing to look in there and see what they do for fire protection.
Yeah, I have seen
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
the water lines coming in there, you could probably swim to the first valve. They're so big. So knowing what a 22-floor condo looks like where we visit in the winter, I'm sure that, like you say, there will be some training exercises, but it is nothing they're not going to be unfamiliar with. I don't see a problem there. So there's no other questions. I'll move to approve Condos at 2111 Holgram Way, Parcel VA-41-1 with staff conditions.
And I'll second.
I'm,
Okay, we have a motion to approve the Coachway condos at 2011 Home Greenway, Parcel VA-54-1 with staff conditions. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
I'm,
Opposed, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, number 8, items for next agenda. Do we have a full of items?
Nothing yet,
Nothing yet?
but it's early.
Yeah, which is really odd because Aaron just got a report from the state and they've had a lot of developments since January 1. Yeah, a lot. Yeah. So, okay.
Is that good or bad? What do you?
Well, it's good. I mean, it's good that we've had a lot of development, you know.
What's the state's statement regarding that?
In Brown County, Ashwaubenon was leading the development. So it was a preliminary thing, but Aaron and his team have been very busy. Let's just say that. So, okay. So now I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm.
Motion carried. We are done.